In Valheim, every single map has one trader and one trader only. And when I first picked up the game and I was looking around for information on the trader, the only thing I could really gather and the only thing that people were saying was that he spawns in dark forest biomes anywhere on the map, which is true, and you basically just have to go looking for him, whatever, unless you feel like using an external tool. Um, what's interesting about Haldor, and something you might not know, is he has multiple spawn locations, and per map, he doesn't just have locations where he might spawn. He has locations all across the map, multiple of them, where it is a 100% chance that he will spawn when you visit them, assuming it is the first time you have visited one of them. So on the map, scattered across the map, there will be multiple spawn trigger points, and whenever you get close enough to them, I believe it's 200 meters, it will trigger his spawn and the little icon will pop up on your map, and that's basically how Haldor spawns. But it isn't just a random one of these. It is any number. It is any one of these locations. Just the first one that you visit, it will trigger his spawn. This is interesting. Because this means that you don't just have to blindly go out into the world and just go in one location and try and find him. When I was looking at stuff on the wiki about the trader, I found a really funny screenshot where someone had the trader spawn on the very edge of the map. And that's really interesting because technically that didn't really need to occur, because if the trader has multiple spawn points, then there would have been a spawn point for the trader that was closer to spawn and closer to the middle of the map for this particular player. So what I'm basically trying to say here is that when looking for the trader, or rather just when you're exploring your map and kind of expanding out, you should sort of do it in a bit of a ring, or maybe a bit of a spiral. So instead of just going in one direction from spawn all the way to the edge of the map, you should kind of just slowly expand it out in like an even circle outwards. That way you have a much higher chance of triggering the spawn point of Haldor that is closest to the middle. Now, granted, it's not really that important considering that teleporters exist, but it is still kind of nice to have them as close to the middle as possible. So yeah, I tested it out in the footage that you'd be seeing in the background, where I created multiple worlds with the same seed, and using an external tool online, which I'll leave a link to in the description, I uploaded the world file where it showed me every single one of the possible, or every single one of Haldor spawn locations. And on each of these fresh worlds I created with the same seed, I visited 3 different locations and was able to trigger Haldor's spawn point on every single one of them, proving that no matter the seed, you can trigger different spawn points of Haldor. So it's not just one place on the map that you have to find, there are multiple that you can kind of like bump into and have his spawn occur. So yeah, this is just something I found really interesting and something I hadn't really seen anyone else talking about. So I just kind of wanted to kind of just put it out there, and just hopefully if someone stumbles across this video, then it will word will get out and people will start understanding the spawn mechanics of Haldor a bit more, and start to realize that it isn't just searching for one spot blindly. There are multiple spawn points, and you can find one that is closest to spawn just by simply kind of expanding out in a ring instead of just heading in one single direction. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and good luck out there in the Valheim world. That was really cringe. Right, see ya.